after Palm Beach International Airport was renamed for President Trump. Trump isn't the only U.S. president to get this distinction. There's John F. Kennedy International Airport in New York and Ronald Reagan National Airport near D.C., among others.
As best I can tell, we have 12 airports that have been named after presidents, often after the president is deceased, although not exclusively.
That's Jake Linford, a professor at the Florida State University College of Law, who specializes in copyright and contracts. He says this situation is unique because it's
one of the few airport naming situations where not only is the person being...
What's up, Breaking and Healing family? It's been a minute since I've been over here to talk to you. Now my comments are disappearing over here, so I don't know why that keeps happening. I don't know why the comments keep disappearing. It must be a glitch. Anyway, I'm back. And how are you doing? How are you really doing? For me, I didn't come back and tell you guys about it, but probably about 3 weeks ago. I think it was about 3 weeks ago. I started having some flashback memories of when I was brutally attacked by my now ex-husband. And I was thinking to myself, like, what could have triggered that? Or did something trigger that, you know? That's what I was beginning to wonder, because it just seemed like it came out of the blue in my dreams. But anyway, after a few days of trying to do that, or deal with that, I started to feel better. Yeah. So after a few days trying to deal with that, you need help too. Let me help you out of here, because I don't have time for that. All right, yeah. So after dealing with that for a few days, then I started to feel better. Talking about, I had a terrible, nightmare dream. If you don't know me, my name is Vita. If you've never seen me before, you probably haven't, because I don't go live on this channel that much, but I do have a lot of videos that tell my story, my domestic violence story. And I know that I am not the only one. There are many people who are struggling with domestic violence issues, whether it's emotional, physical, verbal, whatever, financial, whatever it is. But anyway, I guess like a lot of people, you deal with PTSD, you deal with veterans, people that's been in the military, people that have had traumatic things happen to them. Post-traumatic things, you have what? Post-traumatic stress disorder, because the memories are there, the flashbacks are there, maybe nightmares are there. And I know I am not the only one. I'm talking about my life. That's what I'm talking about. Post-domestic violence, that's me. Yeah. So you can go back to the beginning. I was talking before you got here. So thank you for coming in. I'm talking because I talk for myself, and I talk for those who are maybe needing some help. That's why people share. When you share, other people can learn or grow. And one thing that I'm always talking about is to those people who are still living in domestic violence situations, and they don't make the choice to go. For me, I'm tired of seeing almost every weekend, I'm tired of seeing where people are unalived because someone who they thought loved them is losing control of themselves. You know what I mean? And then the next thing you know, we've got another horror story in the news. You're right, William. I agree. But that doesn't stop me from talking. I broke my phone mount, so that's why my phone is in this awkward position. But I just felt like coming in and talking this morning to the people over here that are subscribed. But some people choose not to be helped because somewhere along the way they were just mishandled. A lot of people, when they should have had counseling, they did not get counseling. Some people feel like they're supposed to be beaten. Some people feel like they're supposed to be hurt. But I've heard women talk like this in their different cultures. And even in America, I've heard some people with twisted ways because they've just been hurt so much that that's all they expect or know. And yeah, it's sad though, but somehow, some way, some people sometimes need tools as well. The tools to how to. And then you have the people that don't want to start over, the people that don't want to leave a certain lifestyle because they know if they leave it, they're going to have to make adjustments and changes, and they don't want to do that. They'd rather be tormented, beaten, or whatever it is than to walk away and be at peace in their mind away from someone that's hurting them. I've seen that too. I hear you, William. Anyway, that's what this channel is about. Not just addressing domestic violence, but addressing all types of situations where people need healing. The breaking is what's happening. The breaking. Many people are breaking and broken. But you're definitely right, though. Some people don't want to be helped. And even when you try to help some people, they just don't want it. My brakes are making noise. Anyway, I'm on my way to work. I got one more day, then I'm going to be off work for 3 weeks, and I need it. Mentally, I need it. Physically, I need it. Emotionally, I need it. And that's another thing. You got to take care of yourself. We got to take care of ourselves. Yeah, there's a word for that, and I forget the word right now. I forget the word for that. There's a term for people like that. It's almost like you're being taught a bad habit, and then you have to learn how to unlearn it. And that's what a lot of those people need to have someone to intervene to help them unlearn that horrible way of thinking. But making the choice to leave is hard, though. Ask me, because I've been there. But even sometimes when people leave, they still make connections, and that's where personally I did not necessarily I made a good choice. I made good choices and I made bad choices in my exit. Yeah. But nevertheless, I'm thankful to still be alive. Because surely I could have been dead. Could have been dead. So thank God for life. But deep down, some people feel like they really love that person, but it's like a twisted kind of love, you know? And some people love that person, and somewhere in their hearts they're thinking, oh, they're going to change. Then it's going to. I know someone right now that's dealing with someone not being kind to them or the members of the family. And yet they are still there. And I hope they're listening to this video right now, because I know they're subscribed. Yeah. But I tell you, starting over is hard, because I know when I had to start over when I left, it's not fun starting over. It is not fun starting over. And the thing was, I stopped my job the job that I had at the time, I resigned, and then, as I've always been taught, I had saved money. Always saved. I had to pay at the time. I had enough money for a number of months, and I had to get a job. A long story short, in the process of me making all those plans, I was still being civil with the person who was abusive to me. But they had been emotionally abusive, verbally abusive, not really abusive. Abuse, you have the verbal abuse. Maybe we can work it out, but in the back of, oh heck no, I'm moving. Maybe we can work it out, but in the back of, oh heck no, I'm moving, I'm leaving. Go out of my mouth, and I'm leaving. Go out of my mouth because I understood the assignment. Because I understood the assignment. I understood that if I said I'm leaving, I'm not moving back in with you, that would have created a problem immediately. So like they say, sometimes you gotta play the game. And I played that game. And I played that game to the point where then I got physically, I always say brutally attacked, because that's what it was. Yeah. I don't know, maybe they started to get the vibe that, yeah, they recognized that I wasn't trying to come back, I wasn't trying to go back. Yeah, and like they say, it hit the fan one day. And then I found myself in the emergency room, bruised up, and whatnot. Had been beaten by someone who claimed that they had loved me. But like they say, the signs are, it's up to us to recognize the signs and not ignore the signs. Because they're always there. They're always there. So I just came in to chit chat for a bit. That's what I came in to chit chat about. Because somebody, and not just one somebody, but a lot of somebodies, and it's men and women, teenagers too. Because I've heard some teenagers having these boyfriends or girlfriends that are very abusive. Because we're cycled, we're trying to think of the word. Can't think of that word right now. But yeah, the cycle of abuse just keeps continuing. Right? How did your family respond? How did your family and your parents respond? And not to mention that some parents are quite abusive as well. But that's a whole nother ball game. Some people think they're supposed to treat their children like dogs, beat them like they're dogs. Why? Because somewhere along the way, that's probably what someone did to them, and they just keep that cycle of generational abuse. And so then that child in their mind is like, okay, this is how we have to treat each other. This is how people respond. People are supposed to respond to such pain and abuse. Like, no, I'm one that stands against that. I raised my daughter. I didn't do her like that. Is it possible? Yes, it is. Do you have to always pick up something and hit your child with it? No, you don't. But that's a personal choice. That's your business. But I say, that's another horrible subject as well, because that's abuse. The way I've seen some people whooped or beaten or whatever you call it, spanked their butt, and all these other words I've heard. It's not necessary. Parents have to start expecting and doing what they've got to do for themselves. A lot of parents need a lot of healing too. That's a whole nother subject. Parents don't want to talk about their wounds and their scars. They don't. But I'm here to say that some of you guys need to go to counseling. Yeah. Nice to meet you too. Some of you need to go to counseling. Now we have virtual counseling. You can even talk to people on the phone. You have so many apps. You don't even have to leave your house. You want to be anonymous? Don't turn the camera on. Talk to the people over the phone. Talk to somebody. That would probably change a lot of things. Some people are just really sick in their heads. Not sick in a way that's unfixable, but sick in a way that because you're not getting any help. Come on. Time to cut it out. I don't care what color your skin is. Everybody needs counseling sometime. You need somebody to talk to. Let's do it. I'm tired of being witnessed by the news. I don't want to hear terrible news because someone has snapped and did crazy things to their family, taking the whole family out. Where's my spoon? Taking the whole family out because they had a bad morning. It's enough of that, right? Anyway, I started this whole rant because I had a nightmare. Flashback memories, they come back sometimes. Even though I went to psychotherapy or whatever you call it, went through these treatments, they helped, they did. Because the severity of my nightmares and the flashbacks like went completely away. So therapy does work, it does. For traumatic abuse type therapy, if you do what you're told, it does work. But every now and then, things are, you find a way to break through in the brain somewhere. And sometimes it's what we watch, sometimes what we listen to. And we don't realize it, but when we're watching certain things, especially things that could trigger what we have possibly been through, then it starts to connect in the mind. But I just couldn't put my finger on, like, what was it that made me go back there? Then I just had to remind myself of where I was right now. You got to keep yourself in the now. I know I'm not with that person. I know that I am divorced from that person. And I know that that person hopefully will not bother me ever again in my life. But at the same time, I'm always wise and careful. No, I'm not from Africa. I'm from the USA. But right now, it doesn't matter where people are from. It's everywhere. It doesn't matter what country you're in. There's always somebody being mistreated. Whether it's a romantic relationship or work relationship, church relationship, fraternity, sorority, whatever it is. Somebody's always being mistreated in some kind of way. That's my original question. How are you doing? If that's you and you know you need to talk to somebody about something that you've been going through, I'm just kindly asking. You don't know me. I don't know you. And right now it doesn't matter. But I'm going to kindly ask you to get some help for yourself. That same help you get for yourself, that help is going to help your family. It's going to help your future generations. It's going to just help everybody. I'm eating oatmeal. I'm on my way to work. That tomorrow, and then I'll be off work for 3 weeks. I said it earlier, but I'm going to say it again because I'm sure you probably weren't here. You got to take time for your emotional health, your mental health, your physical health, and whatever else you may need. You got to do it. That's why I'm taking off work. I need to be off work. I just missed my job. Sometimes you're falling on the ground and can't get up. I know some people are diehard workaholics. Oh no, I don't want to be absent. No, I don't want to go to work. No, I don't want to miss work. I don't want to miss work. But yet inside you're struggling. You're struggling physically. You're struggling mentally. Trying to be present for people or a company that does not even respect you the way you need to be respected or whatever. Take care of yourself. So if I'm talking to you and you got all that PTO piled up, come on, put a day in, put 2 days in, put a whole weekend. Especially when you got like over 200 hours or over 100 hours and you're holding on to it like it's gold. Come on, let it go. Let it go, baby. It's a beautiful morning. I wish I could show you, but my phone mount broke. I don't have a phone mount. I hope you have subscribed. Did you like the video? You're sitting there listening. Tap the screen. Tap, tap. I'm making sense. Listening. And I hope it's painful when you can't help a person that you love. When you watch someone that you love struggling in a situation and you just can't help them. Maybe they don't want you to help them. They're not going to let you help them. They're fighting against you. Yeah, I would simply say give them space, but don't give up on them. Love on them. Love on them. Love on them. I'm going to say that again. Love on them. They don't need you to try to tell them what to do. Speaking as someone who has been in terrible situations where abuse was involved, they don't need you to tell you. They don't need you to tell them. Sorry. They don't need you to tell them what they need to do because they know what they need to do. They just need your love and your support. Love and support can do a lot for a person. Love and support that person. Stop talking about what they need to do. They know what they need to do. In their mind, they know what they need to do. They know if they need to leave. They know if they need to pack their bags. They know if they need to run away from whoever, male or female. They know it. So if that's you and you got a family member or a loved one, co-worker that you're close to, your home girl, your homeboy, just love on them. Just be supportive, but stop trying to tell them what to do. That was something that always seemed to like come across to me like, I don't need you to tell me what to do. And in their mind, they're probably saying that. I don't need you to tell me what to do. They may not say it out of their mouth. There may be some people who will, but some of them won't. Because their assertiveness to be authentic has been smothered by someone that's being narcissistic or whatever. So they're not going to speak up for themselves, even if they probably want to. They're going to be like, okay, whatever. But just love on them and support them, and you'll be surprised. Your love and support can probably help them make that decision faster. Right? So that's what we want to do. Love them enough to love on them. This is the Breaking and Healing channel. Just in case you haven't noticed the channel name up top, that's what I'm talking about. Broken people. We're broken from so many things. Homeless people, whatever. We're all healing from something, big or small. I remember I was bullied in college by people I didn't know. They didn't know me from anywhere. And I went to a church school, a Christian school. But just because you go to a Christian school doesn't mean that everybody there is nice. Just like when you go to church to worship, everybody there is not nice. Same thing. But I was thinking to myself, why are they? What did I ever do to them? Just tried to tune it out. It was painful just to know that people are picking on you. To pick on it. There's evil people around. And sometimes I still need healing. Sometimes memories pop up in my head. But I know who I am. Like that song says, I know who I am. But everywhere you go, there's just always things that are happening, even beyond your control. People just, they're sick in the head, they're evil, they have mental issues. And some people have probably been bullies for a long time. And then they mature. They take it from like maybe elementary school or middle school, high school, and it keeps evolving. You have adults that are still bullying people. Some people bully people on their jobs because they just have that type of personality that's toxic. And I'm going to say it again to the people in the back seat. Get counseling. And it doesn't even have to be like counseling with a counseling, like whatever. You can talk to someone who you feel has wisdom. And you know those people around you. You know the people that have wisdom. Like they say, talk to one of the old dudes or the old ladies. Somebody who's lived long enough that they're going to be honest and straightforward with you. Because there are a lot of people that are like that. And I had this lady that was very honest and straightforward. I always felt like she was like an angel on earth in my presence. I felt like I was sitting with an angel, literally. That's how I felt about this person. But she has passed away now. But I respected her wisdom. I respected her transparency. That lady lived to be, I think she was 104 4 when she died. And when people live that long, I always say they're angels. They got to be angels. They have been favored with so many years. They have been blessed with so many years. Talking about living for decades. That lady had lived for how many decades? 10 decades. She's got to have something that she can help you with. That's like you've been around the block 104 times. Like, what? Find somebody you can talk to. Sometimes it's just that people need somebody to talk to let those feelings out into the air. Or you can go into the forest and just talk to yourself. And I'm not kidding. Go to the cemetery. I do that. I still do that. I go to the cemetery and I just walk around and I talk. I'm not talking to anybody but the Lord. That's who I'm talking to. But I go there because I know there's nobody's going to talk back at the cemetery. Nobody's going to argue with me. Nobody's going to be opposed or vote. But I'll go there and I'll exercise. I do have I have people that I know in the cemetery, and I'll walk by their grave. I'll check to see what's going on around their grave, but I'll just keep walking. I'll keep walking until I feel peace. I'll keep talking until I feel peace. I'll keep sorting out what I need to sort out in my head until I feel peace, and then I go home. But once again, I am not talking to anyone in the graveyard, in the ground. That's a whole nother topic. I'm talking in a peaceful place. I see the cemetery as a peaceful place. You don't find a lot of people hanging around the cemetery. Every now and then someone may be visiting the grave, but if you go to a park, usually there's a lot of people, depending on where you live. If you go to the supermarket, there's a lot of people. If you go to the library, there's people. If you go wherever. So you think, where can I go? I can go to the forest, go on a trail. But me, I'll go to the cemetery because most people don't want to hang around there. So that's what I do. That's my suggestion for myself. Yep. But thank you for hearing. Thank you for listening. Thank you for riding with me to work today. I need to come back and visit you guys more often. But I hope that you subscribe and I hope that you watch the content on this channel. My name is Vida. And I live in Florida. And I'm a survivor. I'm a survivor of many things. But most importantly, I am a survivor. You are a survivor. If you're still here, you're a survivor. Whatever you've been through, you are a survivor. You are. Some of us are thriving, but you got to reach back and help those who are not thriving. Like they say, don't move up by yourself, right? I don't want to move up by myself. That's why I made this channel. Because I know some of my brothers and sisters, regardless of what their skin color looks like, doesn't matter. I want to reach back and help. I can talk and talk. Someone said, oh, you're just talking. No one's going to listen. Yeah, somebody's going to listen. If it's only one person, I've done the job that I need to do. If it's 20 people, I've done the job that I need to do. And I'll just keep on talking and I'll just keep on uploading content, telling my story, telling what I think. So if you learned nothing else today, learn that you need to take care of yourself. If you know you need counseling for whatever it may be in your life, from childhood to middle school to high school to college to marriage to children to whatever it is, toxic job life, talk to somebody. If you really need a professional, do that. It's not going to hurt you. It's going to help you. It's a beautiful day. Thank you, Lord, for all you've done for me. Anyway, I have another channel. It's called Vida Songbird. Maybe you've seen me. Maybe you've seen me because I'm live all the time on that channel. That is me. Same one. V-E-D-A. Veda. I made my oatmeal different. Now it's I got little oatmeal cakes. I like thick yogurt. I don't like water yogurt, but this is really thick right now because I let it sit. Ain't no need in worrying what the night is gonna bring, 'cause it'll be all over in the morning. Anytime you're at a red light, don't be the first one to jump off. In this city right here, the amount of people that I see run the red light is crazy. I learned that from a long time ago when I was a kid in elementary school. My sister was in a bad car accident because someone ran the red light and hit her. And right then and there, I said to myself, I'm going to always wait. And I always do. Because there are always these people that feel like they can make it through the light. And then the light is red and our light is green, right? And then bam. So I've got to care less. You can wait. At 3 seconds for our life, yeah, I can wait. For that last car that wants to speed through the light. And this intersection I'm about to approach, I've been right there in bad accidents, and I'm like the third car behind it. I'm like, nope, not today, homie. I won't be in the hospital. Not today, ma'am. Not today, sir. He said I'm going to stop at this new restaurant. Every time I say it, I never stop. Then I heard they got food that I really don't eat. I don't eat food. I don't eat pork. My food. So I probably shouldn't go there. Because anytime I come in contact with it, my stomach gets upset because I don't eat pork. Seafood, same thing. It's like I get automatic problems in my stomach. My stomach is like, what is that? What is that? That guy just reminded me of someone that died recently from cancer. He looks so much like that guy. Cancer sucks, by the way. For those who are dealing with cancer, cancer sucks. But keep on fighting. Don't give up. Oh, Lord. You've been good to me. You've been good to me. All right, I'm done. Sorry about that. I'm done talking now. I'm almost at work. I have a 30-minute ride to work. Good day to you. Check out some of the content on this channel when you have time. But I always say this channel is not for everybody, but it's for somebody. It's not for everybody, but it's for somebody. Breaking and healing. Because we have all been broken. And we all need healing. I wonder what went on with this car. This car has 2 flat tires, which in alone is suspicious. How does a car end up with 2 flat tires? It's been parked there, and now I see somebody took the tag off of it, which says to me they're probably not coming back for it. But I'm like, how do you get 2 flat tires? Unless it was intentionally done. Like, that's crazy. A lot of weird things happen on this side of town, unfortunately. But I have made it to work safely, and I thank God for that. I didn't turn my lights on today. I drove without lights on. If my comments are not working and you are actually commenting, it's beyond my control. Because sometimes YouTube takes the comments away. So if you think I'm not responding, it's because I don't see it. I don't know what's been going on with YouTube lately, but I noticed that issue has been real. The comments have been not working, or they keep stopping. And now that I've stopped, let me verify that. Just in case you have been saying something to me and I'm not seeing it. Last comment that I see says, I am from India and you Africa. Which is funny. Why would you make that assumption? But it's okay. I guess deep down in my genes, I'm from Africa. Hold on a second. Okay. I guess no one was saying anything. But anyway, I've got to make some phone calls before I start work at 7:30. So I thank you so much for being here. And I hope that what I've said today has helped somebody along the way. And I hope to see you again. I'll try not to be a stranger over here in the breaking and healing world. So until next time, please take care of yourself, all right?